Very wise person from the film industry just told me today that the current trajectory of films from Hindi cinema and the relationship that they share with the audience is that the masses in general will tune in for 1 to 2 films in a month to theatres. When one is consumed by their regular day-to-day lives, a luxury that comes with a weekend watch should be a guaranteed entertainer or event in their eyes. And if there is one person who has had a track record like no other director in Hindi cinema, probably other than Raju Hirani, is Rohit Shetty. If you especially consider the flavor of the year that is considered to be mass cinema, there is only Rohit Shetty who has had the conviction in Hindi cinema to utilize the star power of the actors, elevated with several sequences assisted with a great background score, and provided with a commercial template so that the box office numbers can be ringing for weeks. While I was invested and did fall in love with the cop universe formulated by Shetty despite most of them being remakes of already popular films, he brought a tonality to these larger-than-life heroes that made them unique in their own way. However, I can't really say the same for his stint at comedies. I personally have enjoyed his first ''Golmaal' and partly ventures like Chennai Express and Bol Bachchan, but I've always struggled to enjoy his loud, sometimes obnoxious situational comedies like ''Sunday', ''All the Best', and the additions to the ''Golmaal' franchise. It's important to acknowledge that I might think that the pitch of these comedies over the years have been overbearing and mimic the style of WhatsApp forwards that I personally don't resonate with, but there is a huge section of the audience that loves this mindless fun that he offers with his films. The one thing that I have always loved about Rohit Shetty is that he has clarity that his films are catered to the loyal masses that know what they're stepping in for. Some carefree fun, and with the same clarity, he couldn't give a rat's ass on what critics who claim to believe what cinema should be think of his films, and more power to him to stick to his conviction. He is providing an adaptation of Comedy of Errors in a fantastical and grand budget, a huge leap from the understated and subtle treatment in ''Angur'' by Gulzar. Rohit is bringing us Cirkus with Ranveer Singh and the who's who of the comedy world in the ensemble cast. And my god, was the over 3 minutes and 30 seconds trailer a lot to digest. So let's just pack in everything we saw. What I loved and I'm sure about. Conviction in the silliness. I know there is an audience for this humor. I just don't understand it and find it funny. The only part I find endearing is when legends like Sanjay Mishra and Johnny Lever embrace the silliness. Whether it be Sanjay Mishra confused about whether an insult was a compliment or Johnny Lever touching his own feet and terming it as self-respect, all of it seemed like forced jokes my father's old school batchmates group share with one another rather than something that seems like a part of the story. Gags catered to punchlines rather than being conversational and organic. पनवेल का डायलॉग आएगा, फिर पांडुरंगा आएगा, and all of this will be for nostalgia rather than catering to the plot. पर मुझे क्या पता है, मैं तो elitist इंग्लिश बाबू हूँ जो सिर्फ लेयर और नुआंस पसंद करता है. Scale and musical numbers. Even though the saturation of colors in this trailer will make any person skip the Van Gogh immersive art experience and step in for this film, I do respect the conviction of Rohit Shetty to present his films on such a massive scale. My biggest gripe, however, is how each frame looks like an artificial set that is mounted versus sequences actually shot in real locations. The most enjoyable part of the trailer for me was seeing Ranveer dance his heart out with Deepika, and the probable case that this universe somehow joins in with the ''Golmaal' franchise. But from a timeline POV, isn't it far-fetched that the movies set in the 60s will tie into the franchises set in the mid-2000s and 2010s? I don't know how they plan on to do the same, but it still looks exciting. What I'm skeptical about: the pitch of the humor. I am not a fan of anything that is loud to the point of being performative, almost as if shrieking at the highest decibel until a laugh is generated. The beauty of a film like ''Angur'' that dealt with comedy of errors is how the situation and the conversations generated the comedy and punchlines, whereas it seems like Cirkus is of the school of ''𝓗𝓸𝓶𝓮'𝓼 or 𝓗𝓸𝓶𝓮'𝓼, where the performance is almost catered to the camera, performed to us, almost desperate for us to have a resounding laugh and reaction to every boomer low-hanging joke made. पर मैं तो classes feminist woke उल्लू हूँ, तो why does it matter? I'm just trying to cover all the insults that will be flung my way after this video. The stupid paper-thin connection. The route taken to connect the twins through the ability to produce electricity, one having control over these powers versus the other one getting into random fits, is as stupid as the ''𝓗𝓸𝓶𝓮'𝓼 connection of spanking butts. Seeing the same hangama comedic sequence take place where everyone gets electrocuted was a good throwback, but actually made me reminisce about the mid-2000s Priyadarshana comedies we all fell in love with. Ranveer has embraced the silliness and the confusion that will follow with the romantic interest, but I can't really say that the trailer had this profound impact on me, as if it made me want to buy my tickets right now, contrary to what all the critics and trade analysts were doing yesterday, as they were invited for a screening of the trailer and already predicted its bumper openings. I hope the film doesn't represent a director being overconfident with his form, having only tasted success over several years. I hope it delivers the entertainment it sets out to achieve. While I may be mostly underwhelmed with the treatment and pitch, agar entertainment milega, then that's going to be paramount hands down. What will matter at the end of the day is if the masses were delivered escapism and fun. I just didn't see much to be excited about from the trailer. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what are your honest thoughts about the Cirkus trailer. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.